Now we are live on Tokyo Community Radio, the station that keeps you connected. So a very warm welcome to everybody. Like I said, this is the Health, Wellness and Wellbeing Hour. And I'm your host today, Charles Lauren Femi. And as always, it's a real pleasure to have you with us. So wherever you're listening from today, whether you're at home, whether you're at work, whether you're on the move, or maybe you're just taking a quiet moment for yourself, thank you for tuning in and for being part of this conversation. Now, this is a program that is designed to improve health literacy, address health inequalities, and promote quality health. It's all about real people, real experiences, and real conversations around health, wellness, and well-being. And our aim is to help make health information feel more accessible, more relatable, and more connected to everyday life. Now, today, I want to open up a thoughtful and important conversation around holistic health, what it means, how people understand it, and why so many people are searching for root causes of imbalance rather than focusing only on symptoms. And I've tagged today's show Understanding Holistic Health, the Search for Root Causes. And a quick reminder that today's conversation is for general educational and well-being discussion purposes. It's not a replacement for any personal medical advice. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, or replace personal advice given to you from a qualified healthcare professional. If you do have symptoms, health concerns, or any existing conditions, or you are taking medication, please speak to your GP, your consultant, or a registered healthcare professional. Now, as I said, today's topic is understanding holistic health, the search for root causes. And to help me unravel all of this, today's special guest is Pebbles. Let me say good afternoon, Pebbles, and thank you for taking your time out. I know you've been extremely busy, but you've taken time out to visit us on the show. Thank you so much, Pebbles.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And let me just give, before we continue, let me give Pebbles a proper introduction. So, as I said, today's special guest is Pebbles. So, Pebbles is a holistic and naturopathic health practitioner and the founder of Pebbles Wearable, a platform centered around natural holistic health, well-being, and creativity. Her journey in health and wellness spans over 20 years and includes co-owning a health and detox spa in the Blue Mountains of Jamaica, um, where she gained extensive experience in holistic well-being, health education, and the day-to-day running of a wellness-focused business. After spending time pursuing her creative passions through clothing, crystal jewelry, and design, Pebbles says that she has now come full circle, reconnecting with what she describes as her innermost love, health, and well being. Today, she's a qualified and fully insured practitioner trained across a wide range of complementary therapies and well being disciplines, including naturopathy, reflexology, massage therapies, sound therapy, acupuncture, Reiki, lymphatic drainage, and bioresonance health scan consultations, all aimed at supporting people on their well-being journey through a holistic approach. So you must be a very, very busy woman, Pebbles. So yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. Let's start up talk about your journey. So please take us back to Jamaica. You co-owned a health and detox spa in the Blue Mountains. So please tell us about this experience and what did that teach you about health that you still carry today?
Well, that journey started 21 years ago, where I
Mm,
met Aris Latham. He's a raw foodist.
okay.
Um, I was at a concert in Negril, Luciano's concert, and we met there, and he invited me to have a raw food experience. And from then we connected. He was in the process of securing a contract with Strawberry Hill in Irish Town.
Okay.
And that's where our journey started. And like you said, we co-owned Health and Detox Spa in Irish Town, and we held lectures at the Bob Marley Museum. Now, with Aris, at that time, his library, his extensive library then was about 40,000 books. So my role, amongst others, was doing the research when we had the lectures at the Bob Marley Museum. So, for instance, if the subject was on the physiology of women, so it was my job to research the information, compile handouts. So in doing all the research, you're going to absorb the information like a sponge. And to be quite honest, I'm very honored, humbly honored to have had that journey and that experience, especially very meticulous in the way that he presents things. Because, like, for instance, his food is like edible art. So so that really set the foundation for me at that time, that 10-year period. And coming back to England, like you said, I then tapped into the clothing and jewelry, and what was the second part of the question that you were saying?
So what did you carry on from that, or what did you learn from that time that you still carry on about health, that you still carry on to today, into today?
For me, making it make sense, because we can all have all of these, letters behind our names, and talk in a very jargonistic manner. But when clients are coming to us, we have, for me personally, it's making it make sense to them, and that's really the key, and having that balance of care and understanding with people. So these are the things, making it make sense and doing it in a caring and loving manner.
Thank you for that. I think that's really important, because I've had a consultant who actually got upset with me once because she was speaking to me in all these medical jargons, and I was like, "Can you speak to me in a language that I understand?" And she was offended, as if I was wasting her time. So I think that's really, really important what you said. And you've described that in the Blue Mountains. Was that literally in mountains?
Yeah, it was in the Blue Mountains is a place called Irish Town. As you travel into in Kingston, there's a place called Papine, which is like a dead end at the bottom of the mountain, and then you go up to Gordon Town, and up from Gordon Town is Irish Town before you get to the Blue Mountain peaks. It's beautiful up there. Beautiful.
Awesome. Good stuff. And what did you see people struggling with mostly back then?
Back then, see, the whole essence at that time was, Aries introducing, raw food to them. So it was, and sometimes, people get held up on the word raw because they think it's, maybe it's the connotation raw with raw meats, like, well, not cook. So it was kind of educating people in the whole essence of the benefits of not cooking your food. And terms of the health, it was mainly like the arthritis, the pains, the stiffness. That was the kind of main isms those times.
Okay. And would people coming to you after conventional routes hadn't worked, or?
Yes, then and even up until this day, that's kind of a continuum that seems to be happening, especially now. People, going through the process of, doctors and, being on medication for a number of years, and, you take the medications for one thing, and then, the excess medications internally then cause an imbalance somewhere else. So people, not wanting to be on medications, and two, seeing that, it's just symptoms that are being addressed as opposed to the underlying root cause.
Good stuff. And then you took a break, didn't you? You took a break from the health and wellness, from your detox. So was that break? Tell us about that break and why that.
Say again. Okay. I didn't hear you properly.
But you took a break, didn't you? After a while from the detox, from the health and detox business. You took a break
Yeah,
into something else?
yeah, that's when I came back to England, and that's where I tapped more into the creative side. So I went to
Right.
Kenya,
Okay.
because I wanted to do like clothing, the clothing aspect, and I met a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
sister that I worked with, and
Right.
which was creating designs with the Kenyan hand tie dyed. So those
Mm-hmm.
times I was known for the hand tie dyed fabrics.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then after that time, because other fabrics from like India came in, and that really wasn't my essence.
Mm.
I wanted to kind of support and the handmade essence of African
Yeah.
fabrics. So
Yeah.
when that
Yeah.
kind of dissolved,
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
took another route more into the jewelry, and
Yeah.
then when my parents passed, that's when I kind of delved deeply
Yeah.
into the health and
Into
well-being.
the health well-being. Did you see any connectivity between creativity and healing?
Yes, because you know when okay, for instance, when I have a passion of making jewelry,
Mm.
earrings, especially I'll have all the beads out, and sometimes people that watch me, they're kind of marveled I can just pick up and make. And so in terms of answering your question, it's
Mm.
tapping that which is within. So
Mm.
I tap within in terms of making jewelry, and I do the same thing in terms of the health and well-being. So sometimes it's about just taking a moment and just being silent and
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah. 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 Okay. All right. Good. So, okay. So you've described your current phase now as reconnecting to your source, to your innermost love, which is health and well-being. So, was it
Yes.
just the? I mean, what really changed for you personally during that period? I know you did mention one or two things.
So it kind of started with the bioscan, and with the bioscan, you know, the body's MOT, which is telling me ultimately what's going on internally. So
Mm,
from understanding that, and then with connecting to the metaphysical in terms of the emotional aspect,
mm,
that's when I started to delve into different therapies. And when you find something that you love, it feels like work, but it's not work. And you want to, and for
mm.
me personally,
Yeah.
I just wanted to know more, and I wanted to know more, and I wanted to know more. So I've kind of slowed down a little bit. But yeah, it's about embracing and enjoying a moment, and that's what I'm doing in terms of the holistic and well-being sphere.
Right, right, yeah. And let's move on to that now, because now you're a fully qualified naturopathic and a holistic practitioner across a wide range of disciplines, aren't you? So when you say holistic health, what does that actually mean in real everyday terms?
Looking at the whole person,
Mm,
looking at what's going on in terms of the mind, you know, in terms of emotion, stress, trauma, past experiences.
mm, mm,
Look
mm,
at what it is the body's actually saying in terms of the external symptoms, looking at the diet.
mhm.
So it's looking at everything, look at the way they breathe. So it's looking at the full spectrum of the person as opposed to just addressing the symptoms that the body's
Listen,
displaying externally.
yeah, 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 yeah. And in your experience, are there any common misunderstandings about holistic care?
Common.
Mm. Misunderstandings or misconceptions?
Mm, I'm not. I don't think people not necessarily making a connection that the emotions
Mm,
and
mm.
stress and trauma, how they
Yeah,
really affect the body.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
if there
yeah.
was um, something that people possibly didn't realize, it would be that aspect.
Okay, okay, okay. And so you've trained in both structured disciplines like anatomy and physiology, and also in a variety of therapies like we mentioned before, Reiki, sound therapy, acupuncture. So how do you bring all of these together in practice?
So first, when people come to me, so for instance, some people might contact me and they'll say, "Oh, okay." For instance, somebody contacted me this week and they said, "Oh, they would like a deep tissue massage."
Okay.
And then I have a conversation because sometimes when people call, again, it's addressing the symptoms when
Mm,
you really need to know what the root cause is. So I always
absolutely,
kind of direct
absolutely.
them firstly
Yeah,
to the bioscan, which will
yeah,
ultimately tell
yeah.
everything, and then move forward from there.
Okay. Okay. And also, and I'm assuming that you tailor your approaches depending on the person.
100%. Yeah, no
Yeah.
one person's the same. No one
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
is the same. So it's literally with the bioscan firstly, and then moving on according to what I see from the bioscan.
Okay. Okay. And when should people still go to their GP? You know,
Say
in
again.
addition to what when should people still visit their GP? Um, y-
Well, so when people come and they're on medication, I would
okay.
never tell them not to do anything. I'm here to give them information. I
Right.
would never tell them to not do anything. So, if
Mm,
somebody's on medications,
mm.
it's for them to continue the path on that which they're doing.
Yeah. 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 Okay, and is there ever a situation whereby you encourage people or tell people to avoid relying too much on any alternative approaches?
Like I said, I give people information. It's for them to then make their own
To make
informed decision accordingly.
accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you've talked about the bioresonance scan. So let's move on to that for a moment. So you offer bioresonance health scans, described as a conversation with the body, isn't it? So
Yeah.
please break that down for us in simple terms. What actually happens during those sessions?
So when somebody comes for a consultation, there's different types of machines, but my particular machine, it has a cylindrical hand probe. So you're basically holding the hand probe for a minute, and what it's actually doing is picking up on the vibrations of your body.
Okay,
After that minute's expired, information is then relayed to the laptop, and in turn, I connect my laptop via HDMI leads to a 50-inch TV screen so that it's a comfortable visual experience.
mm,
So the machine I have, it scans 29 different areas, and you get two readings. So you get a numerical reading compared
mm,
to the normal health reading, and then you
mhm.
get a color chart. And the color chart is very interesting, and that's what we kind of concentrate a lot on because it's not so bombarding as opposed to the excessive numbers. So green is everything that's in good working order. Blue
Okay,
then shows that we have a presence of something manifesting, and then the
mm,
yellows and the reds are the key areas that showing that the body is not functioning optimally. And because the green is in the middle, and then you have blue, yellow, red on one side, and you have
mm.
blue, yellow, red on the other side. Anything
Okay,
to the right shows that the body is working hard at that particular functionality, and anything to the left shows that it's weaker in that particular function.
mm,
So once we've gone through all the 29 different systems, because each one has its own department. So, for
mm,
instance, tell you about the cardiovascular and cerebrovascular, stomach, small intestines, large intestines, kidneys, gallbladder, lungs, immune system, endocrine system,
mm,
lymphatic
mm,
system, heavy
mm,
metals.
mm, mm.
Um, so once you've gone through everything, which is about just over 200 different readings,
Okay,
you get something called a compositive report. And the compositive report is everything that's highlighted in the yellows and reds. And that's what I
mm,
print off and I give people. And in turn, in addition to that, I then, because when you print off, when the machine prints off that report, it's in medical terminology. I
yeah,
then, in addition, give them myself a client feedback report,
okay,
which then breaks down what's the medical terminologies are. So then
mm.
they leave with two reports, and then if they want the whole file emailed to them, I
Email to
email
them.
them everything.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay. And how long does that take? Okay, all of that.
I would say an average an hour, but I say to give people an hour and a half because the way that
Okay.
I scan people, I like to learn. I learn myself visually and
Yeah, yeah,
practically. So
yeah.
I put together a number of information sheets just to make it a bit more lighter in kind of getting to grips of the body
Mm,
for them. So yeah, take about an hour and a half.
hour and a half. Okay, okay. So in your material that I was reading, you identify imbalances before symptoms appear, and that's really lovely, isn't it? Because obviously, as we all know, that prevention is better than cure. So how should people understand that? How should people understand that and about identifying those imbalances before symptoms appear, without over-interpreting the results, if there's such a thing?
Because what it is not an actual diagnosis, it's an insight tool in terms of the bioscan.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's an insight tool, and it highlights what the body what support the body actually needs.
Okay, and then how do you guide your clients after those results or with the results?
So with the results or after the results?
Yeah, both.
Okay, so when we're going through the actual consultation, I explain to them that which is I see and the things that they are doing or not doing, which is now contributing to these results being what they are. So that's during the scan itself. So then afterwards, after the scan, I then offer different services. So I do something called a Kickstarter kit, which is kind of to get people starting on their journey. That's for people that really don't have anything too excessive. And then for people that have a bit more yellows and reds, then I do restorative programs. So I do an 8-week restorative program or a 12-week restorative program. And then some people that they come and they just want to obtain information, and then they go on and do their own research. So there's options as to what people want to do or not want to do.
Okay, very good stuff. So let's talk about some of your other services. So as we said earlier on, you offer a wide range of therapies, from lymphatic drainage, acupuncture, sound therapy, reflexology. How should someone now even begin? How could someone begin to navigate all of these?
I always start with a consultation.
Okay.
And it all starts from consultation, because from there you can guide them based on whatever their needs are. So always with a conversation.
And do the folks that come in, do they have specific issues, or is it they're just feeling they've got a general feeling of not feeling balanced?
It's a combination of two. It's a combination too, and like I said, everybody's experience is different. Sometimes people, they're aware of their body. They know there's some form of imbalance going on, and they just want to know because they've gone through other methodologies. They've gone through other systems, and they've been told that it's okay when they know within themselves. So they can't. They're telling me that it's okay, but I know what it is that I'm feeling. Then some people come like joint pains. And that's where, like, joint pains, knee pains, shoulder pains, and that's where I love doing acupuncture.
Okay.
Acupuncture.
And are they some of the most common issues that you see your clients come with?
Yeah. Lower back, sciatica, knee problems, especially with our elders, knee problems.
Okay. So someone comes in for the first time, their journey begins with your initial assessment. Initial consultation to treatment. Okay. All right. So now in many communities, especially within the Black community, people don't always feel fully heard, within the mainstream healthcare sector. Do you think that's part of why people actually turn a lot to holistic practitioners?
100%. That's a kind of continuation of the previous conversation. When people know that there's something going on in their body and they're presenting it to a conversation with their GP or with the hospital, and they're saying, well, there's nothing showing, but I know what it is that I'm feeling.
So that means that folks, they're putting a lot of trust in you, isn't it? They're putting a lot of trust in you.
Do you know, it's trust, yes, but do you know what it is? Like I said from the beginning, making it make sense. Because when, like, for instance, when people phone and they're phoning, for instance, for the bioscan, sometimes they want to divulge everything. And I would say, no, don't tell me anything. Do not tell me a thing. Let's have the scan. And make it make sense. And then, because if you know your anatomy and you know how to read the scan, it would tell you everything. So when we're going through and I'm saying, well, this is what the results are showing me, and these are some of the symptoms that you're possibly going to feel because of these results. And they're like, oh my God. So after that experience, they're like, you know what? It makes sense. You've made it make sense. So I always say to them, coming to me in terms of the scan, it's like you're presenting to me like a jigsaw puzzle. So when you have a jigsaw puzzle, you kind of throw all the pieces on the table.
Yeah.
And then with the scan, it's kind of putting the pieces together to make it make sense, and you can see a full picture. So for me, that's very heartwarming. It's very heartwarming when somebody comes to you not knowing, and they leave with a better knowledge base when they're departing. So yeah.
Okay. All right, good. And is there a specific way how you might handle clients who might be quite more vulnerable? Is there a particular way you handle those?
Yeah, you just have to take your time.
Mm.
You have to take your time, be a bit more patient. Because I always ask people, do you understand? At the end of the day, you're vesting in a service. And I don't want you just to sit here and say, yes, yes, yes. And you're thinking, what a rotted, I never understand anything she said. I said, listen, it's just, and so, when I go through each of the results, I said, is there any questions? Is there anything that you didn't understand? If there's, if you want me to say it in a different way.
Absolutely.
So it's just about being patient and dealing with each person as they come, and knowing what works and what doesn't work, and having a keen listening ear.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about your upcoming event. So you've got an upcoming event, Harris Academic Tacum. Is this your first event?
It's my first event that I'm doing on my own. Yes, I've helped other people with their events in terms of venues.
Okay, so but this is the first one for Pebbles Wearable.
I'm so super excited.
Good. Oh, and congratulations on that. And so you should be. So you should be excited. So please, what can people expect when they walk through the doors?
And when they walk through the doors, they will be welcomed with open arms. They're going to have a day filled of education, full of live demonstrations. There's a sister called Nefertari. She has a master's in blood science, so she's going to be conducting many blood analysis sessions. There's about 2 or 3 people that do the bioresonance scans, so that's going to be carried out. And then there's Sharon Parks, an amazing sister. She's a head gardener, and there's been so much kind of feedback from her video that I put on TikTok. So she's going to be, her talk is going to be about how to grow your own food from garden to balcony.
That's really important, I think.
So I'm super nervous but super excited at the same time, because I put in a lot of work. By printing off hand flyers and spinning on radio stations. So it's going to be interesting seeing the fruits of the labor. Definitely.
And will people be trying out various types of treatments and stuff?
The only things that's good, it's only the mini blood analysis and the bioscans that are going to be taking part in this one. And part 2 is going to be different. It's going to be a different ethos to the next event, and there'll be more therapies for people.
Okay. Are there any other vendors that you might want to mention? Any other vendors or any other aspects?
So some of the vendors are going to be there. There's Kemi Teas, so she's specialized in personalized herbal teas. There's Tyrone of Conscious Prince. He's going to be doing a talk on shungite and the benefits of shungite in regards to the electromagnetic radiation that's being emitted. There's sister called Monique from Longevity. She specializes in copper bangles, crystals, water. There's Nzinga water, alkaline water. They're going to be there. There's a number of skincare products companies that are going to be there. There's Plant Space. They will be there doing fruit bowls and natural juices. There will be, I'm trying to remember, John Dis. He's a fantastic fine artist with his artwork. So there's about 20 different stalls. It's about 20 different stalls.
Wow, you've been busy really putting all this together. So good stuff. And who are you expecting to walk through the doors?
Everybody. Now, I've been doing a lot of flyering in Peckham and Brixton, and like I said, it's been on the radio, so there's been a good response. We're looking forward to the experience.
Good stuff. And okay, so everybody's welcome. Curious beginners, people with ongoing issues, wellness practitioners. Everybody's welcome through the doors.
Yeah, we've had a number of inquiries from people that are, like you said, wellness practitioners.
Yeah.
But because the practitioner space is already full, I just say, come down, bring your cards, network with people. You know, it's a good opportunity and a good space to be networking and sharing your services to the customers.
Yeah. And please share with the listeners how they can get in touch with you, how they can find out about your work, how they can find out about your services.
So you can contact me via the website and see all the different services that I provide at pebbleswearable.com. Okay. My phone number is 07-401 108 680, and my event is next week Saturday the 16th of May at Harris Academy Peckham, which is on 112 Peckham Road, London, SE15, from the hours of 1 p.m. till 7.
And don't forget your Instagram, because I see that you've been quite busy on Instagram, haven't you?
I'm trying. My daughters always say, Mom, you just need to get on there. You're so old and analog. You need to get with the digital. I'm trying. Yes, my you can all social medias at Pebbles Wearable, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Good stuff. And Pebbles, after everything that you've seen from Jamaica to now, what does being well actually mean to you today?
Taking note, listening to your body, deep breathing, walking barefoot in the ground. Some of these things that we grew, our elders, our parents grew up on. So deep breathing, being out in the sun, grounding ourselves, eating nutritious foods instead of processed packaged food, because we're in an era where people want things quick. So it's going back to basics, to the things to which we grew up on.
Absolutely. And if someone listening today feel out of balance but doesn't know where to actually start, what's the first step that you would honestly recommend?
Start by listening to your body. Start by listening to your body. Even small changes like rest, hydration, nutrition, reducing stress. These can make a major difference. And don't be afraid to seek support.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to seek more support. Good stuff. So once again, before I do let you go, please share again with the listeners how they can get in touch with you and how they can find out about the event.
You can contact me at pebbleswearable.com, and my phone number is 07-401 108 680. And the event that's taking place next week Saturday is Pebbles Holistic Health Hub Part 1. Taking place at Harris Academy Peckham, which is 112 Peckham Road, London, SE15 2DZ, from the hours of 1 p.m. till 7 p.m.
Great, good stuff. So, and then once again, if you're in the South London area, just put in your Google Harris Academy and you'll find directions to get there. And Pebbles and the Wellbeing practitioners will be waiting for you to come and receive some good information about health, wellness, and well-being. And we wish you all the best on that day, and continue all the best in your personal and all your professional endeavors. And hope to see you soon.
I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time out and for allowing me to do that which I love. So I appreciate you, Charles.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, because you've also let me do what I love. So it works both ways. Thank you so much, Pebbles. Do enjoy your weekend and enjoy the rest of your celebrations that we kind of interrupted you from today.
It's all good. Thank you. Take care now.
Right, then. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Okay, peace.